Breaking away a bit from my Halloween retrospectives, this weekend is Thanksgiving here in Canada. So I was thinking about what Thanksgiving projects to do a retrospective on, and there were a lot to choose from. But I decided to do one of my particular favorites, a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. The Peanuts gang always knew how to make us laugh and smile for the holidays. Whether it's Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's Day, or even the election, Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Woodstock, and all of the others gave us great memories that we still laugh about even now. Now for some people, in addition to celebrating what you are thankful for, Thanksgiving has two meanings: food and football. And to kick off, pun intended, anyway, to kick off the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special, Lucy's got her football and calls Charlie Brown over. Charlie says to himself, "She must think I'm the most stupid person alive." Lucy sets the football up so that Charlie can kick it, but Charlie knows the routine. "You'll pull it away and I'll land flat on my back and kill myself." Lucy points out that it's Thanksgiving and that one of the greatest holiday traditions is the Thanksgiving Day football game, and that the most important tradition is the kicking off of the football. Feeling as if he should keep the tradition alive, he gets ready for kickoff. But as he expects, Lucy pulls the football away and Charlie goes flying through the air. Isn't it peculiar, Charlie Brown, how some traditions just slowly fade away? Fade away? You pulled it away from him! For God knows how many times! After that, Charlie's sad that Snoopy got a ton of mail. Sally asks her brother what's wrong, and Charlie says he's fine and was just checking the mail. Sally asks him, "What did you expect? A turkey card?" Charlie says that the holidays always depress him, and Sally says that she can relate. She tells Charlie that she went to buy a turkey tree, but all that she could find were things for Christmas. You'd be surprised, I've seen Christmas stuff available at the beginning of August. Sally questions what she has to be thankful for, complaining that Thanksgiving only just makes more schoolwork for her and her classmates. Linus arrives and asks what's going on. "We've got another holiday to worry about," Charlie says to him. Sally says that she hasn't even finished eating all of her Halloween candy yet. But at least she got some candy this year instead of waiting with Linus for the great pumpkin who never came. Linus tells Sally about the importance of Thanksgiving, giving some backstory on the history of the holiday. Sally just looks at Charlie and says, "Isn't he the cutest thing?" To feel less awkward, Linus asks Charlie what his Thanksgiving plans are. Their plan is to go to Charlie and Sally's grandmother's for dinner. Sally invites Linus to tag along, making Linus uncomfortable, and he hides himself in his blanket. Meanwhile, while at home, Charlie gets a phone call from Peppermint Patty, whose father is traveling and has allowed Peppermint Patty to go to Charlie's house for Thanksgiving. Charlie stammers before he can tell her that they already have plans, but Peppermint Patty is very insistent. "I don't mind inviting myself over because I know you kinda like me, Chuck." Without letting Charlie get a word in edgewise, Peppermint Patty invites herself over. Charlie explains his dilemma to Sally, and then the phone rings again. Not only is Peppermint Patty coming to Thanksgiving dinner, but Marcy is as well. She asks Charlie if his parents will be okay with it, and Charlie tries to explain what the problem is. But Peppermint Patty interrupts him, assuring that they won't cause any problems for them, even offering to help clean the dishes. How do I always get into these things? It's your own fault because you're so wishy-washy. And then the phone rings again, and Peppermint Patty's invited a third one for dinner, Franklin. Charlie explains his problem to Linus, and Linus suggests that Charlie call Peppermint Patty back to tell her that he already has plans. Charlie says, "You can't explain anything to Peppermint Patty because you never get to say anything." Fearing that Peppermint Patty will hate Charlie Brown, Linus asks when they are going to his grandmother's. He answers, "We're supposed to be there by 4:30. Linus then has a solution: have dinner at home with his friends and have dinner at his grandmother's with his family. Charlie says that he can't cook Thanksgiving dinner, only knowing how to make cold cereal and toast. So Linus has Snoopy help get everything ready for the first dinner with Charlie Brown's friends, and Snoopy has Woodstock help him. The pair start by setting up a ping pong table, and Snoopy plays ping pong with himself. Yeah, that's not very helpful to Charlie's case. Linus catches him and tells him to stop playing and get to preparing. With the ping pong table already set up, Snoopy sets some chairs around it and has a bit of a hard time setting one up into its position, even trying to fight it. Meanwhile, Marcy and Peppermint Patty are trying to figure out what to wear to Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving party. Peppermint Patty decides to go as she is, as she knows that Charlie won't care, especially because he always wears the same thing too. Franklin comes in and tells the girls that he had spoken with Charlie, telling him that dinner will be served earlier. Franklin wonders if he should wear a tie, but Peppermint Patty tells him that Charlie Brown won't mind if he comes as he is. With all of the chairs set up, Snoopy puts the finishing touches on the table, placing a tablecloth over it and tying the corners. Linus likes the setup and asks Snoopy to help him with the food. As Charlie Brown alluded to earlier, all he knows how to make is toast. So Charlie, Linus, and Snoopy prepare some toast for his friend's Thanksgiving dinner, with Snoopy spreading butter on the slices and stacking them. But toast isn't the only thing that they're going to need for the big feast, so Snoopy prepares popcorn, jelly beans, and pretzels. Woodstock becomes so focused on preparing the toast that he accidentally puts Snoopy's ear in the toaster before Snoopy stops him from spreading butter on it. With all the food ready, Chef Snoopy sets the table for their guests. I like how he makes the napkins into little hats. That's cute. Snoopy goes back to his doghouse and pulls out a chest, taking out outfits for Snoopy and Woodstock to wear. Woodstock isn't too keen on wearing them, but Snoopy gets him to. Now with everything all set, Snoopy and Woodstock head back to the house to get the food. Charlie asks him, "How can you serve the food in that ridiculous outfit?" And he suggests a chef's hat to him instead. Finally, Peppermint Patty, Marcy, and Franklin arrive for dinner. Charlie takes them out back and everyone sits around the table, although Franklin slumps down in his lawn chair. Snoopy arrives carrying a tray, and before he can serve, Peppermint Patty asks if they can have a prayer for Thanksgiving. Linus begins by telling the story of the first Thanksgiving and recites the first Thanksgiving pre-dinner prayer. Following that, Snoopy serves everyone. But when Peppermint Patty sees what their dinner consists of, she is very unhappy with no turkey, pumpkin pie, cranberry sauce, or mashed potatoes. "What blockhead cooked this?" she asks. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I mostly just love turkey. Like, I love meat, although I don't mind pumpkin pie. My sister makes good pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving. Depressed, Charlie Brown leaves and Marcy tells Peppermint Patty that she was a bit too hard on him. But she keeps complaining about Snoopy's Thanksgiving dinner. "Did we come across town for this?" Then Marcy reminds Peppermint Patty that she invited herself and the rest of them in the first place. That's when she starts to regret snapping at Charlie for his idea of a Thanksgiving dinner. Although, I have to be honest, that does look like a good Thanksgiving dinner. Peppermint Patty tells Marcy to try and patch things up with Charlie Brown for her. But Marcy suggests that Peppermint Patty do it herself. But she's worried that she might make it worse, so Marcy gives in. Linus compares this to the first Thanksgiving, but Peppermint Patty doesn't feel as if they're similar at all. Marcy talks to Charlie Brown about Peppermint Patty's actions and tells him that Peppermint Patty really likes him. Charlie tells Marcy that he doesn't feel bad for himself, but feels bad because he feels like he ruined Thanksgiving dinner for everyone. Marcy reminds Charlie that Thanksgiving isn't about eating, reminding him about Linus's prayer and saying that they should be thankful for being together, which is why the holiday is called Thanksgiving. Marcy then tells Priscilla, as she calls Peppermint Patty to Charlie Brown's surprise, that Charlie accepts her apology. Charlie Brown and Peppermint Patty shake hands and forgive each other, to which Peppermint Patty says, "You're holding my hand, Chuck, you sly dog." Just when Charlie gets uncomfortable with it, he realizes what time it is, remembering that his family only has a half hour before they have to get to their grandmother's house. So Charlie calls her to explain what's going on. He gets a hold of her on the phone and tells her that he had a Thanksgiving dinner with his friends. Even though you only hear what she's saying through a trombone sound effect like in traditional Peanuts fashion, Charlie's grandmother asks who is all there and if they've eaten yet. I can tell because of Charlie's replies to her. So everyone is invited to Charlie Brown's grandmother's house for dinner, and everyone sits in this little lounge in the back of the car. Man, that's cool. It's like they have their own limo. And on the way there, they sing "Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go." But the only problem with that is that Charlie Brown's grandmother lives in a condominium. Meanwhile, Snoopy and Woodstock set up their own Thanksgiving dinner, this time with an actual turkey and with some vegetables around it. And as the credits play, they enjoy it. Hi everyone. So I thought a really fun way to end this retrospective would be to try the Peanuts Gang's Thanksgiving dinner. So I made some toast and put some butter on it. Got some popcorn, pretzels, and jelly beans to go with it. So now I'm gonna have this. I'll start with the main course, of course. That's good. I don't really need any utensils. You know, it's all finger food for the most part. Try some jelly beans. Juicy. I just realized popcorn, toast, double butter. Okay, now for the pretzels. I got a fun idea. Try them all together. Look at this. Doesn't this look cool? This is a really good Thanksgiving dinner. I love it. I love it a lot. It's delicious. Now, what could we have to drink with that? I think I'll go with milk. I'd give this Thanksgiving dinner a big thumbs up. You know, like, I absolutely would recommend this. And plus, for the Peanuts gang, it's a great Thanksgiving dinner for kids. I wonder if this is what Charlie and Sally's grandmother served. Probably not. But it is a great Thanksgiving dinner. So I hope you enjoyed hearing me talk about Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. What are you gonna have for Thanksgiving dinner? Are you gonna have a turkey, or are you gonna have this? Because this I would recommend. Maybe not for dinner, but it would be a great, maybe lunch perhaps? Or brunch? I don't know. But if you're Canadian, happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you later. Peace.